Hi, my name's Danny Fleming of the MA Properties team, and I'm here to tell you about a story. I hear this fairly regularly, actually. When I say fairly regularly, I hear sellers when I go to talk to them or at different times saying, I got a letter in my mailbox from an agent saying they have a buyer for my home and they didn't know whether to call or not. So there's two different scenarios that we see this happening in. Both of them are scams. Sorry, both of them are scams. Both of them are scams. Can I say that? Well, so one that happens commonly, and I hear this from sellers that I'll go and talk to that have been unsuccessful selling with another agent, and they'll call me in to come and talk to them about selling their home. And they tell me this story. And they'll sort of say that basically, as soon as their home has come off the market, whether it's been cancelled, whether it expired, whether it was withdrawn, they've received things in the mail from agents saying that they've got a buyer for their home. And this is a common technique that ambulance chasers use. Sorry, ambulance chasers. There are agents that are ambulance chasers. They're focusing on the fact that you do want to sell, and because otherwise your home wouldn't have been on the market, and they want you to call them. They don't have a buyer. In fact, if you did call them and said, first off, you'd have to explain which house it was that you were referring to, because the agent is dropping hundreds of those letters off, hoping that someone will call. But what they're doing is, oh, yes, I did have a buyer for your home. I just put something under agreement for them yesterday. I'm so sorry. If you had have called the day before, I would have been able to connect you, get these buyers. But you know what? I know of a whole lot of other buyers that could potentially want to sell your home. Why don't we bring your home on the market? Or why don't you let me call them and I'll get them in and, show them your home? They just want your listing. This is a way that they're going to try and convince you that they have buyers for your home. But you know what? If your home just came off the market, why didn't they get those buyers in while your home was on the market? Why? Because they didn't have buyers. They just didn't have buyers. So we typically see that type of letter being sent out when a home has expired, cancelled, or withdrawn off the market. We will also see those types of letters be dropped in mailboxes just randomly. There's been no history of coming on the market or not. It's just randomly dropped in mailboxes. And I've even had them here where I live. So those agents aren't actually doing much research about who lives in the home, because they wouldn't be dropping it at my house if they had. But it's quite amusing when we get them. It's quite amusing, and you just sort of shake your eyes and just sort of think, this agent's not even doing the basic checking. How are they going to be selling a home for the highest price if they don't even do the basic research about the home to begin with? But anyway, that's just another thing. But what they're doing again is trying to convince you to give them a call, and then they'll try and keep you on the phone and use hard sales tactics, things like this, and try and convince you to list your home, to bring it on the open market. So that's one technique that agents that really haven't got any other way of finding business, because they're not very good. hard sales tactics are not a good thing to use. Buyers see through them. Most sellers see through them. So, in summary, if you get a letter from an agent saying, I have a buyer for your home, why don't you call? Don't. It's a sales it's a technique for them to scam you. So I'm sorry about that, but that's what it is. Anyway, if you want to talk more about this, poor behavior on the part of agents is one of my soapbox items of conversation. It's a soapbox that I have. I think it's shocking, but because why is it shocking? A person's home is their most expensive asset that they own in general. You shouldn't have scam artists try and sell it, or sell it for less than it's worth. You should have a professional with integrity and ethics, and someone who's focused on doing the right thing by you. That's the key differentiator. That's a key component. You've got to have someone that wants to do the right thing by you and not just scam you. So anyway, I can tell you lots of stories if you're interested. Anyway, lots of stories. Look, if you want to chat about it, or want to email, or find out more, please don't hesitate to reach